Yes, done, Dr. Chandra.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the core team, Mental Health Webinar Series, and the organizer, the Department of Psychology, the American College Madurai, and the associating partners, Madras School of Social Work, Chennai, MS Chalamuthu Institute of Rehabilitation and Mental Health, Madurai, Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center, Madurai, Yellow Pond Counseling Center, Madurai, and Psycho-Oncological Association, Turkey. We welcome you all to today's session 366 with our dear Dr. Suresh Kumar, sir. And he doesn't need much introduction, but still to let you all know, he's the head of the department, American College Madurai, and he's also the director of Yellow Pond Counseling Center and Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center. So he has been with us on stress management for several sessions, and today he's going to talk to us on nature therapy for stress management with all his beautiful pictures and thoughts and experience. We are going to enjoy his session today as usual. So please be with us. And thank you, Suresh Kumar, sir, for coming on another session. And now the session is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. Very good evening, one and all. It is a great evening for me. As Dr. Chandra was introducing me, she told me that we had a many session on stress management. Yes, as I said, many of my curiosity to learn and share my experiences are based on my when I was searching content for stress management regarding Jacobson's progressive muscle relaxation, I come to know that yes, nature therapy also play an important role on stress management. And when we were planning for conducting workshop on stress management, we found that number of strategies are n number of strategies. I think different approaches. There are excuse me. There are many approaches are there. One of the approaches on nature therapy, and many of us we are not aware about that importance of nature and how we can connect that nature with holistic wellness components. And today I'm going to make a bit of my understanding, my learning to with you all here, and we'll begin with what are the other names for the nature therapy. When I was very curious to know that, I thought that there is only one name is for nature therapy, but when I searching the content, I found that there are many names others. For example, ecotherapy, green therapy, forest therapy, earth-based therapy. So these are some other names for the nature therapy. When you find the meaning and the definition for the term nature therapy, it says that nothing but, I think it is we are having that small techniques which is connected, which is available in that nature. We are connecting with all the techniques for our well-being. Okay, it's nothing but we are connecting back to the nature. There are different ways, the different strategies that we are connecting back to the nature, and that connection will help us to improve two components. One is physical health as well as mental health. And today my focus is about the mental health component, especially for stress. Okay, here you can see. We all aware about it. We are human beings are a part and parcel of nature. I think no one will say that now we are not belongs to that nature. Yes, we belongs to the nature. When we believe these things, and when we believe these things, when we are connect back to the nature, that has a huge impact on our health. And you may all aware about that one of the popular movie Avatar. In Avatar movie, you can see that when the people who were in a particular community, they are very close to each other, very close to the nature, and they never interfere with that nature living. And they were so much close to that, and we can see that they never had any jealous, and they never had any kind of vengeance towards other people, and they were happy with that whatever available in the nature. When we come to that, when we are detached from the nature, and I can say that when we detach from the nature, we can see the negative emotions and negative experiences, negative thoughts are very common among the people that make them to, they have more mental related problems such as anxiety, stress, and depression. And I will try, just we look back to the history of this nature therapy. Actually, the concept was introduced in the year in 6th century itself. Cyrus, here you can see the Babylon and other. This is the Cyrus the Great. It is an area which were ruled by the king. Okay, and his aim is to have a garden in middle of the city. And he found that the king found that, and when we have the garden in the middle of the city, that increase that human health. Okay, when the garden is there, and then every people will come to the garden, and then they will make a walk through, and that chatting with other people, the connection with other people, and having that look at the nature, these things improve their health components, which was attempted in the 6th BCE. And later you can see here's the person Paracelsus. In 16th century, he wrote that the art of healing comes from the nature. When we have that any kind of illness, it may be a physical illness or mental illness or emotional illness, and the healing will come from the nature, not from the physician. Naturally, if there is a wound, it takes a natural way to heal the wound. And he believed that when we are more close to the nature, when we are connected to the nature, that will heal the wound what we are having. It may be physical or mental health component. And here is the person. I can say that Howard Klingbeil. He is the person who coined the term ecotherapy in the year 1996. He coined the term ecotherapy, and there are many researches were happened after 1950s. Number of researches were conducted. I'm going to share some of the studies and proven studies, and what kind of impact it will make on different health components of an individual. I'm going to share my research and review of that particular topic, and it is an amazing thing. We will see here in Japan. I think we have that in the every day we are having the habit of taking bath, and they introduced one of the bathing technique, forest bathing, and this concept originated in the year 1980s, and the people who were distressed, having more stress and anxious, they were asked to walk in a forest, and for them they given the name called Shinrin Yoga, which means taking bath in the forest. Just don't think anything about it. You just walk. Like nowadays, we can see the trekking program. They will arrange in different places in Kerala. They are having the dedicated program for trekking. In Kodaikanal and Ooty also, there are some places are there. Kokar walk, and that places you can walk with the nature. Okay. And this is there are many studies were not conducted on this in grounding. And we were, most of the time, we were wearing chappals and sandals and even shoes, and we were not having that more connection with nature. And here, and there are few, especially for physiotherapists, and what they are doing in the grounding and earthing technique is a new technique. And some researchers are saying that it is a pseudoscience, need a more evidence-based researches. But now there are many researchers are evolving, and many researchers are coming forward to know about the impact of when we are walking in the fairboot in different components, what kind of changes it is making. The researchers are going on. What they found, touching on earth, it has a huge impact, which shows that we are connected to the earth. So this method is an emerging one. What are the benefits out of nature therapy? There are a lot of benefits. As I said, stress. Every one of us, we are experiencing stress. It is because of work, family, community, even the politics and financial, and many perspectives we are facing the stress. And to have some extent of coping towards the stress, we need to support of the nature. When you have to be connected with nature, we can able to cope up. Not only physical and emotional and psychological stress, we can able to cope. And another one is when we are having that problem in sleep. There are many psychologists and physicians, they will suggest you to reset your component. You have to be there in a place, especially they will ask them to be there in a distance places, which is not known to you. There, when you stay there, and it will reset your biological clock. nature restores our almost all the components, our immune system and other functionality. It recovers from the disturbed components. And there are some evidence-based researches. What they said that there are two nervous systems, are sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is something which create anxiety and heart palpitation, and we were very quick, especially when you look at the people who are living in urban area. They are leading the life very fastly. They never stop for anything. Close the door. And we can see that without knowing any reason, they are very involved in here and there, running here and there. Even almost all the metros and trains and the buses, we can see the crowded people are there. Okay. And these changes in the life will also create a lot of sympathetic components like stress and anxiety and other components, and parasympathetic needed for overcome those things. We can see the resilience and the coping skills that can be developed in parasympathetic when we are close to the nature. That parasympathetic system in our body naturally improved. And you can see here the number of benefits. I think you can think about and introspect yourself when you are with the nature. Definitely it will improve our mood. Okay. And when we feel pain and stress and anger, it will reduces that component. And it sometimes somebody feel not relaxed and you feel very depressed. The family members will say that go and walk in the nature, get relaxed in the nature. And it improves our physical health when you are engaged with the nature. It improves our confidence and self-esteem. When we are look at the people who are not having that exposure or opportunity to connect with the nature, their self-esteem and confidence level will be low. And you see the developed countries, we take any developed countries and see that the nature, they give much importance. We take in India, Kerala is the almost in leading almost all the components. They give much importance to the nature. They preserve the nature. And now we are giving many awareness program, but not that much equivalent to that Kerala state. And the way of the self-esteem is high means they'll do better. Almost all the education, you can see that the number of undersecretaries in the central government and state government, they are more number of people, even IAS officers and IPS officers. And nature helps us to be more active in nature, and it makes more connection with nature as well as other people. It provides positive vibes to the persons, and it gives powers, re-energize the power of an individual. It eases that anxiety of because of it improves that it stimulate that parasympathetic. So with that, we can able to overcome anxiety, stress, and depression. And now I'm going to just share with you that some of the studies carried out. I given that blindly, and these were the benefit out of we can get the nature. Okay, and see the number of studies. A study conducted by Terry Hartig. He is the person. What he has done, 40 minutes, when we are stressed, it may be anything, it may be on any kind of work. When you are stressed, what he has done, he given three tasks, three groups: control group, experimental group. There are three experimental groups. The one group were asked to walk in the nature. One group were asked to walk in the nature, and another group, they were in urban area. They have to sit in a quiet place, or they can read a newspaper, magazine. And third group, they were asked to listen to music. What they found in his study, he found that the participant who had walked in nature, they reported that their anger level comes down, it reduced, and they were experienced more positive emotions. When we experience more positive emotions, we will flourish, and then we will accomplish our potentials, and we will be more active, and any kind of activities we will be good at it. So these were the finding by Terry Hartig. And see the second study by it is an organization by Mind. Mind is an organization. It is an mental health charity. What they found that the depression, the persons who had depression were asked to walk in the nature. They found that it reduces 71%. Not all. We have to admit that it's not all the people who were comes down the depression. 71% of people who had a nature walk, their depression level comes down. Not only that, and 45% people with, for example, they say that I'm going to shopping for that time, I'm going to spend time in an urban area. It is only 45%, but much effect we can see when you walk in the nature. And the third study, um, we all know that there are stimulus we are receiving, that nature is on medicine. Nature is on medicine. They found that psychological stress, when the person who experiences psychological stress and they were exposed to that natural sounds like fountain sound and the bird hummingbird sound, any kind of sound when we are hearing, and that improves the person to cope up the stress they are experiencing. And the people you see, the people who are close to the traffic signal or traffic area, and they more close to that, experiencing more noises, traffic noises, that creates more stress. In such situations, when you listen to that when you are Google it, the Zen meditation music, calm music, the peaceful music, when you listen, they will add that the stream sound and wind sound, and you can see the bird sound. When you listen that, just close your eyes and then listen that, and it will make you to have the capacity to cope the stress in your life. and see the fourth study. So um, many people think that when we are naturally connected to the nature only help us to overcome the problem, especially physical and psychological problem. No, there are studies were conducted. What they found that the individual not having that time or not having that facility to spend time with green environment, what they can do, that they can have that the wallpapers. Here you can see the wallpapers or pictures or windows or photographs related to nature. If they place in the home, that improves overall mood of the person and their mental health and their life satisfaction. Amazing, am I right? There are even if you keep that artificial flowers and artificial images, artificial colors, that also has a huge impact on our health component. Okay, and this is on studies. There is another study, Roger Ulrich, and he has done with many people. For example, the prolonged illness people who were admitted in a hospital, and they were given opportunity and to expose to the nature. Maybe on they can walk in the nature in a hospital, or they have the facility to look at that the natural photograph and wallpapers. What they found that the people who had an opportunity to watch that nature, they are having that high level of power to resist the pain, and the recovery rate is very quick. If the other person who take 1 week, and these people take only 3 to 4 days to recover from the illness. And it may be a water or a tree and any kind of pictures which is depicting, you can place in the hospitals. And if you are known to any of your friends are having the clinic, you ask them to place these kind of pictures, and that will make them to more comfort. And you can see some other people say that um, renowned doctors, and they will be very famous. It's not because of the medicine, you have to understand. It is because of the environment and that rapport they are building with the client. And sixth study, especially many people who are working, that over workload, that working and that timeline, it creates a lot of stress. I can say, especially in higher education institutions, some people they will say that the teachers are the easiest task. I can say it is the very toughest task because I'm a teacher. I'm a faculty in higher education institution. I know we have to prepare a content for 3 hours, and that report content we have to deliver for 40 minutes. 3 hours preparation, 40 minutes presentation. And merely making comment, it is utterly wrong. And we are facing a lot of stress. We have to take care of that teaching, learning, and academic and administrative components also. We face more stress. And to overcome the stress, Rachel Kaplan, he is the person who conducted a research. What found that when we keep these and workspaces with nature connected, it may be an artificial plant or natural plant or indoor plants. When you keep these plants, that has a huge impact on that resilience and the coping ability of workers and the satisfaction about the work. And when you ask the people randomly in 10%, do you have you experiencing satisfaction in your work? Many people say, they will say no. But when you have these kind of people who are having that, they will say, yes, I'm experiencing satisfaction in my work. And when you ask the people randomly in 10%, do you have you experiencing satisfaction in your work? Many people say they will say no. But when you have these kind of people who are having that, natural indoor plants and the natural wallpapers and posters. And they said that they are more connected to the environment. That's why most of the corporate companies are giving much importance to the aesthetic components and natural way of setting up that environment, workspace. And here, it is regarding that the children's who were in a building which is near to the garden or which is close to the nature environment. There, the common problem when you take that, one of the most common problem among the children, attention deficit. And you can see those people are more close to the nature, and their paying attention level will be increased. And we can delay the gratification when they were connected to that, and see that they are not having any distraction, and they want to get whatever they want. There is a high chances we can delay the gratifications and inhibits that impulsivity. Impulsivity means their aggressiveness we can able to control. And these behaviors we cannot able to see among the people who are living in a concrete building. The persons who are having the space and facility to nature access, and they can able to cope these things. And see, there is one more ADHD, as I said, attention deficit and hyperactivity. And these kind of people, they found that they are more prone and they are not having or less access to the natural connection. They are indoor only, they will be allowed. Many parents will not allow the kids to play in the nature. But actually, if you do that, you are making the kids to become ADHD children. And hereafter, if you are done, and the diagnosed people, they found that they are not having access to the natural environment. And I think many people who like flowers, okay, even in my workspace, I used to use that artificial flowers or something. We love it. And when we have that the flaws in that workspace, it will make the person more creative in nature and more productive, and they can able to solve many of the problems related to their work. And when we are having the pet animals, and that will ease your aggression and agitation among the children. It may be on fish tank or whatever it may be, you can do that. And when we do the exercise or walking outdoor or playing or doing stretching exercises in outdoor, that increases our mood. Not only mood, as I said, it increases our self-esteem. It improves our mental health. But there are many benefits are there. And our immune system, it is very, very important. When you want to have the better quality of life, we need to have a better immune system. And that can be achieved when we are close to the nature. And few more studies, as I found that recent studies in 2018, the children living in rural area, they are having greater resilience. Resilience means bouncing back to the normal. They have the grit power. The power, we can say that any kind of setbacks are there in the life, they can able to cope up them. And these things we can find out, those who are in the rural area are very close to the nature, and they can able to tolerate stress, cope with stress. And they feel high self-worth about them, self-confident. Their improved concentration, and the recent study were found that, and the attention span of, I think, that fish, it is on very high among high. See, this is a fish tank I'm having in my home. Here you can see the studies found that it has a more attention span than human being right now. The technology has a huge impact on poor attention span among the kids right now. And when we are more close to that nature, and that increase our attention span, concentration, and our cognitive abilities. When we spend quality time in outdoor, that promotes creativity. Creativity is one of the, when you look at that, the most sought skill required for a human being is in creativity. The 21st century skill is in creativity. Okay. And post-traumatic stress disorder, I think stress, it is on the highest pain the person, we can say, post-traumatic stress disorder. And they studied in 2017, ecotherapy is a promising one for overcoming that PTSD. Not only him, and you can see that in Chicago, there, the next one you can see that there for nervous recovery, the person having the epilepsy and anxiety problems are more exposed to stress. and they can recover from these kind of problem, and it will nature make them to more calm, very quickly come back to the nature, normal. And here is the thing in recent study in 2020. They said that when we are having the gardening at our home, that promotes our emotional well-being. Gardening, just plant. I'm having one plant in my here. Just plant something. You keep it in your table, and when you do that, that increases your well-being, emotional well-being, and social well-being, cognitive well-being. And many people who reported that it increases their calmness, the feeling belonging, and deep understanding about that mental health that comes when they were close to the nature. There are, and I think I supported that nature has a huge impact. The studies, and now you can see the forest bathing and the nature walk and nature therapy. There are a number of websites are there, and they are having that every month or every week. They are having the program, and the people who are having that anxiety disorder, stress related disorder, and they were have the package of like tour plan, and they are having this kind of plan. Now I'm going to tell you what are the activities or techniques you can adapt by using the nature therapy. In nature therapy, just I'm going to name it. If there is a falls or fountain, you can visit that place, and they found that it is an best way we can cope the stress in our life. Plant, grow the plant at home by seeing when you plant by sowing the seeds in a plate or plastic or something. When you look at that, the greeneries, and that will make a huge impact on our health system. If you have not done that, you can try once and see when it is the green comes and you feel more good about it, and you feel that something you have done, you given life to something. And meditate, yes, take a 5 minutes, close your eyes, watch your breathing, and control, regulate your thoughts. Need not to control your thought, just regulate. Think about that positive thing need to become in your mind, and you can write journals, gratitude to somebody else in the sunshine. Take many people, I can say that they never want to get into that sunlight. You must expose to the sunlight. It's very, very important. And walk in a fair foot. Just remove the chappals, socks, and everything. Just walk in the nature. Just and acupressure. Many benefits are there. And inhale that aroma of the flowers and trees and other components. If you have not done, you can try hereafter. Have pet animal or birds. If not, you can have that artificially. You can watch the YouTube. Mostly, what I will do when I feel more energy, I'll play the YouTube videos and the aquatic version, and that will give. We cannot able to explore those areas, and that will give more energy for us. And nature walk in a park. Listen the natural sounds. In the evening time, you can see many birds will come to my backyard, and I can listen to them. You can feed them. And if there is no space for a natural garden and plants, we can do that. Place the natural wallpapers and pictures in your room, one or two papers. Now there are many curtains also in the natural. The pictures are printed are available. You can use that. Fish bowl, as I said, it is another way you can have that. Any one. I think there are many of them are you have to have variation, but there are few varieties are there. You can keep. They are not need any much support, and that kind of fish you can keep in your workspace and watch nature documentary. As I said in the when whoever joined earlier, and I think Dr. Maya ma'am and others were aware about it. In the beginning, I played a video. Natural documentaries and clippings are there available in YouTube and other things. Just watch it, and if possible, and even if it is an urban area, also you can terrace gardening or community gardening. You can engage a group of people. You can join and you can just make a garden and keep artificial plants. As I said, need not to be. There are I will quote here. A study earlier we never had an opportunity to know about what kind of changes happening in our mind. Now we are having a lot of technology. The persons were asked to imagine about in the nature place, and they were studied, and the particular part of brain were active. And the same person were exposed to the artificial flowers, artificial plant, and same kind of the part were activated. There is no much difference at all. So fake your smile, that make it your mind will believe that the person is happy. Yes, artificial also has a huge impact. You can do that. And plant indoor plants. There are many. When you Google it, there are many indoor plants are there, and less sun rays, sun light is enough for them. You can grow it and watch sunrise and sunset. And many people they will wake up after sunrise only. Even if you are not able to see the sunrise, you can go for just look at the sunset. You can either any one of the component you can do that. And many people like I know that those are recent days after lockdown. Many of them they never exposed to watch that sunrise. And there are some groups are there at 5 a.m. club, and they are joining in a place and they are making a group of members and doing exercise and meditation, other components. You can also join with them. And if you are having the car or bike or cycle, you can drive the bike or car to the nature. It's a long drive. You can go there and visit zoo, zoological gardening. You can visit and hilly area. It is very important for reset your biological clock. Something you feel that something not good. Some alignment is over oiling. They will say when you are having the cycle, they will replace all the nuts and bolts. Likewise, when you want to over oiling, go to the any hilly region, stay one day, come back. You feel more organized and more systematic. And whenever you have that, look at the sky. Okay, nature travel. Nature travel, as I said, there are many agencies are there, and they will bring it to that villages and particular period of time. And this time, when you go there, you can see the harvesting time. And there is a movement is a haka tree and forest bathing, that walk in the forest, trekking. And these are some of the strategies, and you can adapt these strategies for your wellness. Thank you so much for listening. And when we do, I think I given many activities and techniques. We can take any few techniques. You need not to follow all the techniques. You can take any few techniques which you feel more comfortable, more connected, and that definitely help you to overcome your stress and manage your stress. So thank you so much for listening, and over to you, Dr. Chandra. Oh, many of them are here. Yes.
Thank you, Suresh sir. Thank you very much for a nice presentation. Sir, I have got some thoughts to share with you on this therapy. Can I, sir?
Yes, Dr. Chandra. Before that, I would like to comment. Actually, Chandra in a place, I think, very natural place. Yes, over to you, Dr. Chandra.
Okay, sir. Sir, some of you know that I live in Wales now, sir, in the UK. It is naturally a beautiful country, sir. I can say that we are living in nature. Instead of going to see where nature is, we are living in nature. I feel that as a blessing. So I'm feeling grateful for that. And what I wanted to share is like, sir, here we don't have so much malls or so much closed ambience, sir. So we are forced, or we voluntarily take kids to the place where they can feel the nature. What I have experienced with my kids over time is, having taken them to different places, they really wanted to go there again and again. They're asking by themselves. And that sort of love can be created. It happened naturally, sir. We did not intentionally do it. But when we take them every week to a different place, they loved it and they're asking it again and again. So what I believe is like whatever you have said about improving this quality in kids will definitely work out, sir. I think we should attempt it. And the second point is like in supermarkets throughout the year, not even a single day you miss to see the flower bouquets, sir. Flower bouquets are not just for events and occasions, sir. It is for everyday life. If you visit people's home here, they can have many flower vases in their living room, and they cherish to have it, sir. That is one good thing we have learned, and we also try our best to do it in our home. And this is what I wanted to say. And again, walking outdoors, sir, here we have got the most cold weather in one part of the year. Even then you can see even 85-year-old grandmas and grandpas walking. They don't mind the rain, they don't mind the snow, they don't mind anything. That is a good inspiration even for us. And when related to gardening and pets, they have become the important elements here. I know people in India also love gardening. We do have gardens, we do have indoor things, but here it is an important element. They feel proud talking about that.
Yes.
So that is the essence that we can take from them to learn.
Mm.
And sunlight, sir, that is one blessing we have in India. We can't
Yeah,
deny it.
true,
Because
true.
here people are longing for sun, sir. We have it strongly only for 4 months in a year. And
Mm.
whenever we have the sunny shade, we just go out and stand just for vitamin D and for our skin. I
Mm.
think we have to use it properly. We should not underestimate, or we should not leave it noticed that wealth that we have got in India. So this is what I wanted to share, and how nature therapy works in places like here. India is not less. India is really grand. We have a lot of wealthier places in nature. I think we have to use it well. This is what I wanted to share. Sorry for taking long, sir, but I just thought I should share this with you today.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Indra. It is a valuable input for nature therapy. Thank you, Dr. Chandra.
Good
The
evening.
participants, you can question or you can share your thoughts on this. Sorry, thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank
Good
you,
evening.
Chandra ma'am and Suresh sir. Actually, absolutely wonderful topic that you took, and this is now motivating me also to share some part. Actually, I am also, though I have been born and brought up in Delhi,
Mm.
and now because of my husband, that I am actually in one of the remote parts of Arunachal Pradesh, in the
Wow.
middle of jungle, I can say. And believe you me, I'm loving it. I
Mm.
mean, the sky, the sunset, the sunrise, the quality of air, the birds around you, it's so beautiful. I have a son who is 11 plus,
Okay.
and his online work is going on. So, and he initially, when we came, like I just mentioned, that we are from Delhi and born
Mm.
and brought up, and of course, my son also has been traveling. We've been traveling, so
Mm.
he used to miss, but now he's so happy in this place. He's made friends with a bunny. He
Mm.
is so observant, like the things that you were talking about. He can make out in a camo. You know how a grasshopper is camouflaged
Yeah.
around the shrubs and the various greeneries around. And it is a beautiful thing to be around nature. Absolutely wonderful topic that you took, Suresh sir. I could relate to it completely, and
Yeah.
completely soaking myself in nature is a really relaxing thing. In fact, I'm not missing work, I would say. I feel enhanced, and I would add to it that the work part, or missing your work or psychology or the kind of work I've been doing, I think somewhere your sessions every 6:30 in the evening, helps me reconnect with everything around me. So I am really grateful. So
I'm
sitting in the jungle, I'm enjoying this. So thank you so much.
so
Wonderful session.
yeah, it's an I can say the words from your words. I can say that how much you are enjoying that nature, and thank you so much for your words regarding that initiative we made. Definitely we'll continue for another month.
You are super blessed, Shabnam ma'am. I'm really jealous about you, because
Yes.
visiting northeast of India is in our bucket
No.
list. I don't know when
Yes.
it is going to happen. Hoping to happen soon, and hoping to meet you somewhere in the jungles.
Yes,
That is one we have
even
not
I wish
seen.
to. World is, I mean, I would say it's like a full circle. We will definitely meet. You never know that I land up somewhere in Madurai sometimes. I
Yeah, yeah.
mean,
Welcome, welcome. Always welcome.
Welcome,
yes,
welcome.
we will
Anywhere,
catch up.
anytime, please do come.
Yes,
Always welcome.
yes, and same goes for you all. And wonderful knowing you all through this.
Thank
Good evening,
Thank
Ji.
Thank
Thank you.
And any other feedbacks or comments you can. Hmm. Yeah, lovely inputs, Vijay. Thank you. Yeah, we'll
So I think we don't have questions about nature, sir, because every one of us love nature here, and we have no different thoughts, and that's why we are together for a
yes.
cause. And sir, seeing is believing. That's what I believe. And instead of going and seeing, we have seen a lot of studies through your presentation today, and you have all. I mean, you made us all feel, like some feeling, sir. It's a different feeling today because it is about nature, and it is really nice. Thank you so much, and we wish you bring up more sessions like this. And I can't wait to appreciate your commitment and your curiosity in learning new things and also sharing with us. You're too good and too generous, sir. Thank you for that. And I also thank the participants who are with us throughout these sessions. And we are feeling blessed to have you all for this wonderful initiative or motive. Thank you so much. And on behalf of the organizers and the core team, I thank one and all present in this evening. So see you all tomorrow in another session on the same link, same time. Until then, bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.